Why hello there, YouTube. Welcome back. It's been quite an absence. I've been away for quite some time, but I'm back to show you some pretty cool Blu-rays today. I only have 3 titles, but they are all in very, very cool packaging. I promised you quite a while ago that I would take a closer look at the Universal Monsters Coffin box set collection. So the time is here. It's time to check out the new Universal Blu-ray set, the Coffin Monsters collection. So this is the coffin on the outside here. You've got Frankenstein right up here, very nice. You've got this kind of cracking grave theme going through the thing. A nice touch here is also that the logo is blood red and it's actually seeping into the cracks in the ground there. Very nice touch. Let's have a look at the sides of this thing. Got the Mummy and the Invisible Man there and the Bride of Frankenstein. On the back you've got all the titles of the movies in this collection. It's 8 movies, but 9 movies if you count the Spanish language Dracula. What's cool is there's also a 3D version of Creature from the Black Lagoon in here, but I imagine you need a 3D television and a 3D Blu-ray player to be able to see that. Then we got the Phantom of the Opera there, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and the Wolfman. The top is pretty much plain. Same goes for the bottom. So as you can see, this is quite a wide casket here. That's of course so you can fit in the entire box in this. We're going to open it up. So you open this up, it's a very sturdy, solid cardboard box, this. Lift up the lid like so. Lifts right off there, and then you have to slide this out. The actual box can be a little tricky at times, but it comes out quite easily. It's got a nice tight fit in there. It's not like it's completely wedged in, but it's not gonna move or anything. It stays solid in the coffin. There we have it. This is the actual Blu-ray box set within. This is what it looks like in Scandinavia. I've seen a couple of versions of this throughout the world. I think it might look slightly different in the US, maybe in the UK, but this is what it looks like over here. As you can see, you've got all the classic monsters on the cover there. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Bride of Frankenstein, all the 8 monsters. Pretty cool. Black on the spine there, all your titles again. And there's all the cool stuff that's included in the box set. I've got all the extras here, but it's quite hard to make out. It's in very, very small print there on the back. But nice Blu-ray box set overall. We're gonna have a look inside, and it looks even more incredible inside. There's a lot of cool stuff there. I do like that they've actually made the Blu-ray banner kind of drip there. It's kind of dripping blue. Let's take a look inside at all the cool goodies in there. First thing I'd like to call attention to is just the digipack itself. What a nice job they've done on this. You can see the artwork. On one side you've got Frankenstein's monster, of course, classic image. There's your spine. And on the other you've got Boris Karloff as the Mummy. Very cool. These are really sharp images here. They've really done a nice restoring job. They really pop. Very nice to see them in dramatic black and white. Let's open it up, and there we go. There's the Invisible Man, played by Claude Rains, of course. And this might be the favorite image for a lot of people. Bela Lugosi as Dracula. Very nice. Coming down the staircase there. You can really tell already just how much love they poured into this box set. It's pretty phenomenal stuff. Not just in the movies themselves, you know, restoring them and including all the extras and all that stuff, but this is a really, really cool package, I think. And yeah, you can really tell that these are the children of Universal. Like, these are their babies, and they're not gonna put them out in any haphazard shape. Let's have a look at the discs. First you've got Frankenstein and Dracula. You'll notice that the discs all have the original poster artwork. Very nicely done. Very cool. The colors really pop as well in this black and white set. There's the Invisible Man and the Mummy. Quite nice. And when you open up the other end of it, got the Wolfman, got the Bride of Frankenstein, fantastic movie. Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of my absolute favorites, and Phantom of the Opera, which is one of my least favorites. I think if I were to pick any movie in this collection that I could replace or remove in a heartbeat, it would be Phantom of the Opera. I prefer the 1925 version myself. It's far superior. I even think the 2004 version is better than this one, but at least it's got some bold colors and some opera music, I suppose. There's even more artwork on the inside behind these. Okay, on the left hand side here we've got the Bride of Frankenstein, and there we've got the Wolfman. Very cool. I really like this shot, but I like all these shots. What I really love about these shots is that they're so kind of iconic. They really got a moment there. It's not just kind of a random close-up or just sort of a production shot or anything. It's really like a moment. You could really encapsulate the entire image of these characters with just these photos, so that's pretty cool. And then on the right hand side here you've got the Phantom of the Opera with his bride. Pretty cool. Not a black and white movie, but still. And finally the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I love that shot where he's just swimming around and it's plain dark behind him, just truly the Black Lagoon, like a real depth in there. So that was just the digipack. Now let's get to some of the cool added features in this box set. One of the first things that struck me when I first opened this box set was this booklet that arrives with the box. The original House of Horror, Universal, and a Monster Legacy. This is no cheap little Blu-ray DVD booklet. This is a really solid, weighty booklet. This is like, you could buy this in a bookstore or comic book store and like pay good money for this. It really takes you through the entire monster history of Universal, starting with the classic silent era, and takes you through the entire saga with production info on every movie, quotes, stills, poster artwork, you name it. It's really a solid read for any horror fan, especially if you're not 100% familiar with these movies. It can be very insightful to read through all this stuff. So I'm just going to flip through it here, but comes highly recommended if you are interested. And I do believe it only comes with this Blu-ray set, but I think it comes with pretty much any version you get of this Blu-ray set. You don't have to have the Coffin to get the booklet. So, oh man, I'm just folding up the pages here. I gotta be careful with it. We Belong Dead from the Bride of Frankenstein. Very cool. I love that quote. There we go. Elsa Lanchester? Chester? Oh man, I'm sorry. The Wolfman, very cool. I love the just the design of this is very cool. They really balanced color and black and white nicely here, I think. And you've got these cool rare memos about censorship, which are really, really funny. We suggest not showing the strangling in detail, but masking it in order to avoid gruesomeness. Quite a different time from today. From the Black Lagoon. There, and this is cool. A Monster Legacy. This whole spread is every classic Universal horror movie, pretty much, starting with the silent era and moving all the way up to 56 with The Creature Walks Among Us. So there's quite a grocery list if you are into this kind of thing. Very nice. And it also comes with this, a small little information sheet about all the movies and all the features. Yeah. Good to have sometimes, I guess. But this is really cool. This is a real added bonus. You also get all the classic lobby cards for all 8 movies in this set. We're gonna browse through them right now. There's Dracula. Very nice. They really did fantastic poster artwork for these movies back in the days. Just because they were black and white movies doesn't mean they couldn't have striking poster artwork. I'm not sure if there was one particular artist. If so, I'm not quite sure what his name is or her name is. But I would love to know more about who created these posters, because they are so striking. And these are like glossy photo cards, kind of like postcards. in the size and feel to them. There's the Bride of Frankenstein, very cool poster, this one, really striking artwork, and I really love the flow they got going there. The Wolfman, nice, very suggestive. Phantom of the Opera, like the movie, probably the weakest poster in my opinion. And Creature from the Black Lagoon. This one reminds me of Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. If you've seen that movie, there's a scene where a person is tortured and the entire wall behind him from top to bottom is this exact image, this exact artwork. Very cool, love this a lot. So yeah, there's the Universal Monsters Coffin for you. I've not seen any of these movies on Blu-ray yet because I watched the DVDs fairly recently, and I kind of want to let them sit for a while before I watch them again, so I opted not to watch them this particular Halloween. But I will try to watch them again soon. So I can't wait to see what they've done with these. This comes with just a simple little rubber band to keep them in place. So yeah, there's the Universal Monsters box set. Now let's get on to other things. And here's one I've had on pre-order for quite some time. Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Really a classic film. Celebrates its 30th anniversary this year. And it came out in a nice silvery steelbook. So I've had this on pre-order for a couple of months now. And it's cool to see it finally arrive. I actually watched this tonight, just a couple of hours ago. And I can say it was a really solid Blu-ray transfer. I can confirm that this is the original theatrical cut. There are no alterations, no walkie-talkies, no CGI E.T., none of that stuff. This is the classic, and it looks really good. Not quite up to par with Indiana Jones, but really solid overall. I don't think anyone's going to be disappointed. Nice job on the steelbook too. As you can see, it's really reflective. It's a completely silvery steelbook, apart from the moon and their fingers and everything there. I would have liked to see a black steelbook for this. I think that would have been even cooler. But alas, I think this is pretty unique. They decided not to go, I think, with any kind of color background, so it's just entirely sort of silvery steel. And it looks really eye-catching. Let's have a look inside. There are your discs. One Blu-ray and one DVD digital copy. And there's the background image of E.T. and friends riding into the sky. Very nice movie. Holds up very well, I must say. I did not break into tears like I did when I was a kid. But it's still a very solid movie. Very well directed by Steven Spielberg. He said that this was his most personal film by far. And I think you can really tell why. He really did a number on this, and it really holds up, this movie. I think if you're not going to get this movie for yourself, at least get it for your kids. Kids could use a movie like this these days, I think. So there's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. A lot of cool special features on this as well. I mean, hours of stuff. If you saw the on-set special features for Raiders of the Lost Ark, it's very similar to that, and there's a lot of bonus stuff from the 2002 reunion and stuff, ported over from the DVD, I believe, 10 years ago. So there's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Okay, so I've saved the very best for last, as I tend to do. I like to keep the best box sets as a bit of a reward for you if you watch the entire video. So this is one more oversized box set, really huge and very cool. I had to order this from the UK, but it finally arrived. And here we have it. It's Snow White and the Huntsman. This is the limited edition UK Blu-ray box set. I'm not sure if this is available in the US. I've only seen it in the UK, but it might be. If nothing else, it might be region free, I think. This is a fantastic box set, I must say. Really worth every cent. The first thing you'll notice about this is how reflective it is. You can see it's just capturing the light from my lamp there. Sorry about that. I'll try to keep the glare away as much as possible. Really striking artwork here, really fantastic. This is, I'm going to give you a size comparison. I need something to compare to. Hang on a second. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so this is a regular Blu-ray right here. Quite small in comparison. I think you could probably stack two Blu-rays next to each other, and yeah, really fantastic artwork here. You can see the Dark Queen there, you can see Snow White, and you can see the Huntsman. They've all got their own little sphere they're standing in. Quite nicely done, I think. You can really see the colors sort of merge here. And this is actually what attracted me to this set, and what I enjoyed about this movie, which you will see in just a second. I watched this in theaters. I had good vibes about this movie ever since I saw the first trailer, and they turned out to be absolutely true. I think this is one of the better movies. Maybe not one of the absolute best movies of the year, but one of the better ones. The reason being that this is pretty solid acting from everybody. Charlize Theron, even Kirsten Stewart, I must say. I was surprised by her in this movie. The Huntsman, played by our very own Thor, of course. Chris Hemsworth does a really nice job as the drunken huntsman. What really surprised me was how astoundingly visual this movie was. Really, it's like if you have any kind of aesthetic sense in your body, if you're an artist or anything like that, you will really, I think, enjoy the palette and the style of this movie. Like, it's really visual, it's really beautiful. Every single frame is really well structured, thought out. The colors are fantastic. It's a perfect high definition movie, really. There you got a brief synopsis, and then you've got what is included here. Limited edition Steelbook with Blu-ray digital copy ultraviolet. Specially created 72-page book including illustrations and articles written by the director describing his artistic vision for this film. 4 lithograph reproductions of original illustrations. 4 exclusive film stills and a film poster. So let's take a look inside. Looks about the same on all sides. This comes off. Looks almost like someone said it looks almost like a game, like a board game, and that's really true. This is kind of like, it is actually kind of like the size of a board game. It really reminds me of that heavy cardboard box. So first you got this absolutely fantastic art book. Huge art book, really solid. This is a quality piece of work here. This is not like a cheap piece of get it out in the stores for Christmas kind of thing. This is a really solid, heavy, well produced book. Really weighs a lot. Every single page is thick, solid. There's an introduction to what's inside. And here's just to give you a sense of some of the artwork that's inside here. You also get a synopsis of the world, the characters. I mean, look at this. Astounding stuff. If you are even slightly interested in artwork, artistry, storyboards, production design, anything of the like, then this is just a treasure. And it just goes on for page after page with astounding big glossy pieces of artwork. This really is an art book. It tells you about the world, what they envisioned for the world, really, of this movie. And you get these really marvelous pieces to help you visualize that. And it really transferred over to the film itself, I think. It really did a great job. It really is a visual, poetic movie, almost. I mean, this could hang in an art museum. Every single page has been embossed with the tree there. Very nice fonts. Yeah, I think this is one of the most astounding Blu-ray editions I've ever seen. Certainly worth what money I spent for it, I think. Check that out. Just look at this. Fantastic. Look at this piece of artwork right here. Really talented visual artists worked on this movie, and you really have to have a talented visual director to pull it off as well. There's Charlize Theron as the Wicked Queen. Really marvelous performance, I think. She really sells the desperation of the crazy Wicked Queen. Man, this book is heavy. I'm just trying to hold it up for you, but it's tough. Check that out. These are really illustrations, paintings, really. So this book alone is worth like more than the retail price of the Blu-ray, I would imagine. And there's the designs for the Huntsman. Really, really cool. If you are an RPG fan at all, if you like fantasy or anything like this, check this out. I mean, can't get much better character design than that. There he is in the movie, as played by Chris Hemsworth. There they are, chased by a horrible monster. There are your dwarves. Oh man. I'm overjoyed, but over encumbered as well. It really is like the film and this production design, this artwork, these concept sketches are like, it's like eye candy. And there we have the Marsh Dwellers, Duke Hammond's Castle. These are really texts about the actual, like what the places and the characters are all about in essence. Really helps you land in that world even more. And I really appreciate all the time they spent on this. It's really inspirational. If you're ever gonna try your hand in some fantasy artwork, if you enjoy RPGs or role-playing games or just visual movies, beautiful visual dark epic movies, then this should be right up your alley. I know it's Kristen Stewart, right? And I know there's been controversies behind the scenes of this movie, cheating on her boyfriend with the director and all that stuff, but come on, who cares? I care about the movie, and this really is a striking, beautiful, epic movie. A really worthy take on the classical Snow White tale, I think. But that was just the art book itself. There's more stuff in here, way more stuff. Let's have a look at that. Here we have, some of these are repeated, as you may see. I think most of them are. But here you have them again, printed out on this high quality rough paper. Like, this is the kind of stuff I use for drawing portraits on. Really fantastic. I mean, this is truly a collector's box set, if I've ever seen one, you know. I don't care about keychains, I don't care about scarves. Give me this kind of stuff for every movie and I would be overjoyed. Really inspirational, really beautiful, really visual, striking, and intensely well crafted. Not bad. So yeah, you get 4 of these solid, weighty, textured paper reproductions. Nothing on the back, but there's more yet. You also get the full poster, full-sized poster, complete full-size, huge poster of the original one sheet. I don't have the patience or tenacity to open this up right now, so I'm just going to show you the one sheet. Looks kind of like that. Yeah, you get that full poster. If you want to hang it up on your wall, go ahead and do so. Fantastic. And there's even more stuff in here. You get these black framed glossy movie stills from the actual movie. They're a bit wider than A4 paper, but roughly the size of an A4 paper, I believe. Glossy, like a photograph, blank on the back. There's your evil queen again. There are your dwarves and your huntsman. And there's Snow White. Very nice. But of course, what would the box set be without the actual movie? Actually, in this case, I'm actually going to say the box set would be pretty effing fantastic without the movie. But we do need the movie in here, and it does come. It actually comes, let me show you. It comes packaged like so. This sexy ass steelbook, very nice, comes well packaged within the actual cardboard box itself. There's your steelbook. Check that out. This is probably the most beautiful steelbook I've seen so far. Really astounding. It's a black steelbook, but they've actually made some very, very conscious choices with this one. You'll notice the Evil Queen there, Charlize Theron, on the cover. You'll see the red flag of her sort of undead army marching there. Very cool. Really dark, really gothic, really sexy, really fantastic, and I love it. But what you might not notice is that they've actually deliberately cut out pieces of color here, left them entirely blank, so that pieces of her armor, her blade, her crown, and her feathers there are actually pure silver. You can't quite tell right now, but it looks really, really cool. The light just reflects right back at you. You can see the ravens there, or birds, which is actually one of her sort of evil powers. And this back is kind of like a scratch. There's no embossing or anything the like, but it does look very scratched, very almost like rain coming down there. There's your title, Snow White and the Huntsman. And there's your insignia, the tree with the one lethal apple. Really, really nice. I wish they would have done something like this for The Lord of the Rings, where they just threw together some Photoshop and left it hanging in the air. But yeah, you can't win them all, I guess. Sure, digital copy code. Let me just remove that. And there's the inside. There's your disc. And of course, as with all steelbooks, you get one more piece of artwork on the inside. Check that out. An evil ogre troll about to attack Snow White. So that was the pretty amazing oversized luxury box set of Snow White and Huntsman. If you like the film, if you like the aesthetics, then I can't recommend this highly enough. If you have not seen the film, then I would still recommend it. Give it a watch. I'm not gonna say it's the smartest movie ever, but it is a really nice, quite epic, dark, gothic, fantasy take on Snow White. It's got kind of that action meets visual take on it, and Charlize Theron, I think in particular, really sells the movie. She gave us 2 marvelous performances this year, and this was one of them. So that's Snow White and the Huntsman. Can't wait to watch this movie again. So that was all for my Blu-ray update today. I will be back shortly. In my next video I will actually be talking a bit about video games. I'll have some pretty cool video game unboxings for you, one at least. I also might do a video on the Xbox dashboard, because I want to explore some of the streaming services on there. In Scandinavia we have 3 different streaming services. I've been testing them all and I want to give my thoughts on them. And I also might do just a general take on the Xbox dashboard, some Xbox games, and my opinion on them. So that'll be that. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.